and wants to do the same, wants to sign Xavi Simons. So calling on daily basis, pushing a lot on player and club side. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we touch on Ligt with more details, but also Xavi Simons, Carne Chukwuemeka Chelsea, and the situation of Mikel Arteta Arsenal market. Let's jump into it together. Many things to mention today in our video, but let me start with an exclusive update on Carne Chukwuemeka, the midfielder of Chelsea, because we have many rumors about this talented midfielder, about many clubs interested in the player. What we can say today is that there is a release clause into the contract of Carne. This is my information since they signed the player years ago from Aston Villa. The release clause is there, and this 40 million pounds. This is the value of the player for Chelsea. Chelsea at the moment are showing no intention to negotiate any other deal, any other formula, any other price for Carne. Then we know the market is always changing, so it's part of the game. But as of today, the position of Chelsea is very clear on the player. No intention to accept loan proposals. When Chelsea have been approached by clubs over a potential loan deal in the recent weeks, in the recent months, because it's months since many other clubs also tried to sign Carne on loan, the answer of Chelsea has always been no thanks. So Chelsea want to continue with Carne unless some club arrive with big money or by triggering, obviously, in this case, the release clause. But at the moment, really, the situation is also depending on the player. Remember, guys, that when there is a release clause, it's not only on the club, it's also on the player. So you have to trigger the clause, yes, but you also have to agree, obviously, with the player. And Carne, at the moment, is happy at Chelsea and is not planning anything else. So let's see what happens, but really, at the moment, the situation is this, with Chelsea insisting on no loan for Carne. What's important to say also in terms of talents is on Xavi Simons, because Xavi Simons will decide his future after the Euros, guys. I always told you since April, May, the situation is very clear. Xavi Simons informed Paris Saint-Germain of his decision to leave the club. PSG know that Xavi Simons will not stay at the club. There is a pact between Xavi Simons and Paris Saint-Germain, and this is the player deciding where he plays on loan next season. Is the player obviously with the club, but the player has a big say in deciding which club he joins in the summer. Why, you will say, is the player deciding maybe also more powerful than the club? Because 1 year ago, when Xavi Simons joined Paris Saint-Germain for PSV Eindhoven, it was a complicated situation for PSG, because the value of the player was way higher of what they paid to bring back Xavi Simons to the club. So they had to concede something to Xavi Simons in order to have the green light from the player to return to the club. The green light was there, but Xavi Simons will have the possibility to decide which club he joins, obviously, together with PSG, but with a big say. Two clubs are really pushing, and two clubs remain in pole position. Bayern are calling on a daily basis for Xavi Simons. Every single day, the director of Bayern, Max Eberl, who is the same director who signed Xavi Simons for Red Bull Leipzig 1 year ago. Eberl was working for Leipzig, then he joined Bayern, but last summer Eberl is the man who was able to reach an agreement to bring Xavi Simons to the club on loan. Now Max Eberl is at Bayern and wants to do the same, wants to sign Xavi Simons. So calling on daily basis, pushing a lot on player and club side to have Xavi Simons at the club. Red Bull Leipzig are doing the same. Even if Max Eberl left the club, the idea of Red Bull Leipzig is to do something important this summer. They extended the contract of Benjamin Sesko. When everyone said Sesko is leaving, they were able to extend this contract. They extended the contract of Marco Rose, the manager, till 2026, and this was an important point to keep an important coach like Marco Rose. And now they want to continue also with Xavi Simons as one of the faces of the team. So work in progress on this one, with Bayern and Leipzig pushing, but with race still open, because Xavi Simons has been very clear with PSG and with all these clubs. He doesn't want any distraction during the Euros, and his idea is to decide his future at the end of the Euros. So let's be patient, let's see what Xavi decides. For sure Bayern are pushing, and remember for Bayern that they are also working hard to bring in Jonathan Tah as new centre-back from Bayer Leverkusen. Very optimistic. Bayern feel it will happen, And also, let me say that Matthijs de Ligt is the other big topic. We said yesterday that Matthijs de Ligt gave a green light to Manchester United over a potential move, and let me confirm today a crucial detail. Matthijs de Ligt is only negotiating with Manchester United. So, as of today, beginning of July, there are no other clubs involved in conversations for Matthijs de Ligt because his full focus is on Manchester United. The only club today with a green light from the player is Manchester United. The agent of the player, Rafaela Pimenta, is working on this deal. So Rafaela Pimenta is negotiating with Manchester United, but I can guarantee to you that the contract is not going to be a problem. De Ligt is on a big salary at Bayern, but Manchester United know that the player is keen on the move, and the player will not create an issue in the salary negotiation. So personal terms, negotiations underway and advancing well. Man United will try to be creative in terms of negotiations with Bayern, because Bayern want around 50 million euros. Man United will try to offer something less than this. Could be 35, could be 40 with add-ons, so to try to have a different structure of the deal, including add-ons. Let's see if it's going to be successful, and remember that another name on Manchester United list remains Jarrad Branthwaite. The only player Manchester United bid for till now has been Jarrad Branthwaite, 38 million pounds, plus add-ons, rejected, but for sure Manchester United appreciation for Branthwaite remains. And it depends on Everton, because Everton still wants 65 to 70 million pounds for Branthwaite, but Manchester United have no intention to pay that money. So if Everton drops the price, there is also a possibility for Man United to attack the situation of Branthwaite. Meanwhile, they are negotiating for Matthijs de Ligt, and remember the name of Joshua Zirkzee for the striker position. Then we have many questions from Arsenal fans, so let's finish this video talking about Arsenal, because first of all, the negotiations for Riccardo Calafiori is something that we will mention in the next days, because the interest from Arsenal is there. As we said, Arsenal and Chelsea are the two clubs interested in Calafiori, waiting for a bid, waiting for a formal step, but the interest is there also from Chelsea and also from Arsenal. Both clubs are looking for similar player, a player left-footed who can play as left-back and can play also as a centre-back when needed. Arsenal had a similar player in Jakub Kiwior in the last season, but Riccardo Calafiori is obviously a different kind of player in terms of quality, in terms of how he plays in that position. So Calafiori is on Arsenal list, already approved by all people at the club. So it depends now on the club what they want to do. They also have other names in the list. Same for Chelsea. So for Calafiori the situation is clear. And we will update on the proposals when they will make, if they will make proposals. And then Mikel Arteta. The negotiation between Arsenal and the agents of Mikel Arteta is going very well. So the contract extension of Arteta at Arsenal is getting closer. Work in progress. Confidence to get it done very soon. And so with 1 year left on his contract, Mikel Arteta wants to continue at Arsenal. Arsenal want to continue with Arteta. When he was linked with Barca job, when Xavi decided to leave the club, Arteta was never tempted by leaving Arsenal, and now his mission is clear, to continue at the club with a new contract. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Xavi Simons to Riccardo Calafiori, Matthijs de Ligt, Jonathan Tah, and all the other stuff, including the story we mentioned on Carney, Chukwuemeka and Chelsea, what the club should do with him. Let me know your opinion here in comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.